The quality of our lives is directly related to the quality of our relationships. Most importantly, starting with the relationship you have with yourself.
Hi, my name is Giovanna Elias, and on this channel, I'm going to show you how the communication and connection you have with yourself and your inner world directly impact the relationships, the connection, and the success you have in your outer world, in every area of your life.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode this week here on The Connection Code. My name is Giovanna Elias. I'm a human connection expert, and this week we're going to dive into effective communication skills and specifically 5 strategies to fix any problem in any of your relationships. A lot of the work we're going to talk about today I reference from the book called Attached, and it is written by psychiatrist Amir Levine and psychologist Rachel Heather. So without further ado, let's jump into all the good juice today, the 5 strategies. And just before I do that, guys, if you've been liking the videos I've been putting up so far, and if you're enjoying the content, I ask that you subscribe to the channel, leave comments below. I love to read the comments you guys leave for me. It's amazing feedback. I love to connect with you guys as well. And pass these videos on to anyone you believe could benefit from them. So without further ado, let's jump into it. What are the 5 strategies to fix any problem in any of your relationships? So problems and conflicts can come up often throughout our day in our different relationships that we have with people, be it the ones we have with our boss or coworkers if there's a misunderstanding or a disagreement, be it ones with our family, our friends, or even our intimate partners. It could even be possible that we have a conflict with a complete stranger that we meet that very same day. And so we want to be mindful, how is it that we actually fix these problems as they arise? And the key of all of this is effective communication. So as we said, diving into number 1, as they call it in the book Attached, they say the number 1 principle is to wear your heart on your sleeve. This is, of course, a traditional English expression, and really what it means is to be authentic, to be honest, transparent, and fully open. This is what I call in my own work to be fully expressed. And so when we are fully expressed, when we open ourselves up to the person in front of us, now they have a greater understanding of what's actually going on here and also here. And that allows us, when communicating, to better connect, to better understand each other, to better empathize for one another, and therefore to resolve the problem over time because there is that greater sense of understanding. So what do? Number 1 strategy, we want to fully express ourselves, and that looks like being fully honest, open, transparent, and authentic with the person standing before us. So strategy number 2 is what Levine and Heller refer to as focusing on your needs. And this is what I call being conscious of your needs and expressing them with compassion. So first and foremost, before we can even share what our needs are with this person, we actually need to be mindful and conscious of what our own needs are. And this involves a certain sense of reflection, introspection, and asking ourselves those deeper questions of what are my needs and what do I desire in this position and in this relationship with this person. Once we have discovered and become more clear about what our needs are, we then want to communicate them. And this is why it's so important to communicate with compassion. We don't want to go into any conversation with the intention to ever hurt someone, because at the end of the day, we are all one unit. We're all connected, and therefore hurting someone else actually impacts us as well. So the best way to actually communicate our needs is by using language such as I feel, or it is important for me when. So some examples of this would be, I feel often disrespected when you contradict me in front of your friends. It's important for me to feel respected in this relationship. Or I feel that you often don't trust my work and ability to take on new projects when I see you offering projects to my colleagues more often than myself. It's important for me to feel confident in this role at work. And so in communicating in such a way with the people in our lives, we now can get our needs across in a very clear and compassionate way. And this is the objective of key number 2, to really express our needs with compassion. So the third strategy, in order to overcome conflict in any of the relationships we have, is what Heller and Levine called being specific. And this is what I like to call being clear, the importance and power of clarity. And so the more clear we are with our message, the more specific we are, the more people can actually understand what it is that's disappointing us or hurting us and what it is that we need. The less specific we are, the more it leaves room for people to have to guess or take a chance and possibly not get it right. So how do we be clear? We really want to deliver the message very precisely. And this could sound like, when you don't call me back for more than 24 hours, I feel ... Or when you constantly praise Dan's work at every meeting and don't refer to mine, I feel ... Therefore, the person now knows this is what you need. This is what is upsetting you. This is what is on your mind. And these are the very things that you would appreciate hearing or having. So remember, folks, you want to be clear in your communication. So the fourth strategy that Levine and Heller refer to as is don't blame. And this is really what I say first and foremost is important, is to change our state. So when there is a conflict or a problem that arises between two people, we don't want to blame them. We don't want to make them feel inadequate, unimportant, incompetent, belittled in our presence. This actually leads to people shutting off and closing down and turning away from you rather than being open and receptive and understanding your needs, your feelings, and desires. Instead, when going into a conversation, we actually want to be calm and clear and rational thinking. And this is why it's so important to change our state. Because going into any conversation feeling angry, frustrated, anxious, will not actually allow us to deliver the message in such a way that the person can feel that they can open up and be receptive. So in changing our state and doing something that changes our energy, our tone, our vibration, we now can actually deliver what we feel and what we need in such a way that can be heard by the other person and received well without creating guards and blocks. So remember, we don't want to blame, we don't want to make people feel inadequate. We actually want to change our state before going into a conversation, coming in with a sense of calmness, rationality, a clear mind, and therefore creating an open space to being able to be understood, to be heard, and to further connect at the end of the day. So the fifth and final strategy is being assertive and non-apologetic. And this is what I refer to as being fully confident and compassionate towards yourself. Oftentimes when a conflict arises, we believe that our own feelings are illegitimate, that they're not important enough to be expressed. And this is when it's very important for us to recognize that in expressing ourselves, in stepping into our confidence, in opening up and sharing what is legitimately important for us, we therefore can actually get one step closer to having our needs met, and therefore can deeply connect further with that person and feel understood and heard. So do not dismiss what you feel. Do not consider it to be illegitimate or not important. We want to step into that confidence, be compassionate towards ourselves, and share with the person what it is that we really feel. That way, we can get one step closer to true fulfillment and happiness. So there you have it, folks. Those are the 5 strategies to implement effective communication skills into our lives in order to overcome any problems that we may have in any of the relationships in our life. So what were they? Number 1, we want to be fully expressed and open ourselves up. Number 2, we want to share our needs. Number 3, we want to be very clear about what those needs and feelings are that we're experiencing. Number 4, we want to change our state and not blame others. And number 5, we want to be confident, we want to be compassionate towards self and non-apologetic when we express ourselves. So I want you to go forwards into your relationships, any kind of relationship, like I said, be it at work, with family, friends, intimate partners, even strangers, and apply these 5 simple strategies. And I want you to leave comments below and let me know how this works out for you. What did you guys think of all the content today and how it works out in your life? If you liked what I talked about, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and I'm here with you every single week on the Connection Code. So I look forward to further connecting with you next week.